Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. Today is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday morning to you. I hope that your morning is going well. My morning is going great. I'm up and ready to start my day today. So yesterday was, remember I closed yesterday's video because I wanted to be able to have the afternoon free, and thank goodness I did. Free. I wanted it free. Was it free? No, it was not free. It was busy. It was so it was busy, but a good busy. We are, we are liquidating our shop, so we had like one more piece of equipment, or well, two more. One more piece of equipment that was big that was going. So I had to like go meet so we could get that done, and then had to get stuff uploaded, and then came back. We sat down and we had dinner, which worked out really good. We did. No, I didn't film my food, but here, let me show you my food that I filmed here. For dinners, my kids don't eat a ton of the steak like this, the steak bites, but the little bit that we have, this will be enough, and I'll put beans and stuff. Probably like a burrito bowl, more than likely that's how this will go. Put them in the freezer. Okay, I'm gonna make some chicken salad for lunch. Okay, over here, so my meat is done. What I did is I put it over here in bags. I just did 3 bags. One I kind of figured out for lasagna, one for shepherd's pie, and then one is extra. So this is the meat I've left. I'm just gonna add my stuff in here. It's gonna all go on, hold on, paprika. Did I not get paprika? All right, we're gonna just do this by look and taste. Let's see, oh, it's 5 teaspoons, so it's a lot of paprika. We'll do a little bit more there. We'll just try it out. Garlic powder, and then cumin, chili powder, oregano, sea salt, cornstarch. Was there anything? Okay, so we got all of our taco meat here. This tastes really good. So we got tacos, the refried beans, cheese, and I have chips over here. We have lettuce, and I have salsa and sour cream. It'll be easy, easy dinner tonight. I even cut some cucumbers up. It's a great day. Okay, so we had, I don't even know. I didn't edit the video yet, so I don't really know what I filmed, but I think I had all my food all done. I came and got all the stuff out. For dinner, we had nachos. That's what it was. We had the cheese, the meat, the beans, lettuce, had salsa, sour cream, and then what I did for Jensen, who doesn't do the dairy cheese, I was gonna just get out shredded cheese, like the provolone or the I think it's Cabot cheese, but I remembered I bought that mac and cheese, the Annie's mac and cheese with the foil pack, It's got the squeezy cheese. I forgot about that. I need to remember that when I go to the discount store to get a couple more. I think I looked and got 2 that I could find, but I need to find that because for $1, that's like good cheese for him. And even if I don't use the pasta, I'm just gonna put the pasta in our pasta because it's just regular pasta. So that worked out good. So we had that last night for dinner. We sat around and ate. I was glad for it because the last couple days I feel like have been really busy for me. Like just there's a lot going on behind the scenes that I just, you know, for those of you that sold a house, you know all the stuff that goes. So, you know, phone calls and all the stuff I had to take care of, and I feel like I'm just like busy a lot with that kind of stuff. So I even like the last couple days I feel like dinner time I didn't even like sit and have dinner with the kids, and I don't like that. I like having dinner. I know not everybody does. I know our pastor was talking, he was talking about just making 1 day a week dinner together, and I thought, wow, we have dinner almost every day together, but when I miss that, and so I just it just feels a little bit like I needed that. So we sat and had dinner, and it was good. It was just good, and then just relaxed. I went to bed early because I was tired, and then I'm like, okay, today will be a better day. We're supposed to go to the park today. I don't know what happened to our weather, but it changed. I'm looking out; it's rainy. You never know. The clouds can move and boom, blow out the rain. Who knows? But I don't know if that's going to happen today or not. So I was like, well, if it doesn't, there's always tomorrow. We'll just see how things go. So today's video is going to be some freezer meals. I'm making some freezer meals to have stored in my refrigerator and not my refrigerator. We're gonna put freezer meals in your freezer for later dates. So that is my focus today. And then I'm gonna be doing a shepherd's pie, which we had the other day. It was delicious. I'm gonna make chicken pot pie. And then I'm also going to do lasagna. I have not made lasagna in a long time. And the reason being is because of the dairy. It's like, what's the point of making a big thing of lasagna when nobody can eat it? So I'm gonna be making 2 kinds of lasagna. I'm gonna be doing just a regular with like ricotta cheese, and I actually have cottage cheese. We went through a kick where we loved cottage cheese, and then like, okay, I know I only like certain brands of cottage cheese, like Walmart brand, it tastes good. I've had Sam's Club, I do not like the taste of it, and then I've had, the last time I bought it from our local Ingles, and I had it and I was like, ooh, it's like sweeter. I can't do it. It just makes it gross. So my kids have caught on to that as well too. They just didn't love it. So I have a whole container of cottage cheese in there. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna put that in with the ricotta and the mozzarella and do a big giant thing of lasagna, probably a couple pans of lasagna. And then I'm gonna do I'm gonna say dairy or lactose free. Is that the word? Because it's not really dairy free because it's cheese. But I have Lactaid, that just sounds so bad, Lactaid cottage cheese, and then I'm going to do some of the provolone cheese. I might do, and I can do Parmesan cheese. I was thinking if I do the Cabot cheese, but I'm not really sure. It's like sharp cheddar, so I don't know how that, I don't really know my flavors, so we'll see how that goes. But I'll make one of those to have dairy free. So I'm excited to try that out today because we haven't had lasagna in a long time, and I'm thinking, woo, we might be able to just do 2 pans of it and then have it that way. You know what? And maybe eventually just do, I don't know how provolone cheese is in lasagna. I guess we'll just have to see how it is. But that is my, and then I'm gonna make some brownies as I'm looking what else am I making. And then I'm doing some brownies, and I'm gonna be freezing those because all of these meals will be for a later time stored in the freezer. So that's my focus today, and then we'll do lasagna tonight for dinner. So it's gonna be a great day. I'm excited. When you get up and when you have something to do, it's hard. Like, how do people always ask, how do you get excited about your day? How are you really that positive a person? Yeah, I am. I have days. I have days that I'm down, and you see that. I film every day of my life pretty much except on the weekends. So you see when I'm not having a good day or when it is a bad day. But for the most part, like, I'm excited. I'm excited to make meals today. No, I'm looking forward to what I have to do for the day. So that's how I look at things like these meals I'm making. I'm excited to make them, to be able to make some meals and have in the freezer for my family. And like, that's a good thing. So maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you have little kids, and you know what? You don't have anything to look forward to because you looked out and it's rainy today, like I did here, and go, what am I gonna do? Like the excitement of, all right, I get to be home with my kids. Like there's moms that don't get to be with their kids, and I get to be home with them, and I get to make them meals. I get to be part of their lives. Or maybe you're working and you're not liking your job today, but just go, you know what? I am making money today. At the end of the day, I'm gonna have however much money you make in a day when you get your paycheck. That's a good thing. Or like, hey, I get to be done at 5, and then I get to go home and I get to go see my sweet dog or my sweet children or my sweet husband, whatever you have at home. Or maybe it's just you. I get to go home and have some quiet in my life today. Whatever it is, just look at like, okay, what is it I can do? What is it I can look forward to doing today? Mine is going to be food. I like food. Food is a love language for me to make. I enjoy making food for my family. It just makes me happy to be able to make food for others because I feel like I enjoy doing it. So look forward to that today. Are you ready for a great day? All right, let's go. Okay, first thing I'm going to make a recipe for my cookbook. And if it's not for my cookbook, it's on my blog. This has been good for me, having our own family cookbook. These are pretty much all the recipes I use all the time. And what's great about it is sometimes when I get into a rut of like, what do I make for dinner? What do I do for dinner? So I'll literally go on my blog and just look through the recipes. Well, it's so nice just to pull up the cookbook. But I usually just go to, I had to think about freezer meals. I just went to my dinner ideas page and just read through this and went, oh, what about this, and this? And it was great to come up with the meals that I'm making today. So today is going to be on page 83, chicken pot pie. Real simple. This recipe, the only difference is I'm going to add, I use canned mixed vegetables is how I used to make it. This was my original one, but I'm going to be using frozen ones, which is going to require some potatoes. So I have potatoes right here. What I'm going to do is cut these up into, or how do I do that? I like to dice them. I'm just thinking out loud. Why don't I just cook them whole and then put them in my little chopper? That's what I'll do. I'll just put them in whole in some water, right? Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, I'm gonna put 3 in here. I'm gonna put some water in here and let this kind of cook and steam, and then I'll just I'll cut it in half, and then use my little chopper and smash them into tiny pieces so they're diced. And then over here, I'll bring you over here, and we'll start making the mixture. All right, over here in the kitchen. So potatoes are boiling away. What I did here is I've got 2 things of frozen chicken. 2 things of frozen chicken, and then I always forget, but I have chicken broth. So I pulled out my chicken broth and I put it in there. I'm gonna just kind of let this, we're just gonna do like a one pot filling. I'll probably do more veggies. I'm not like debating how much do I make. I'm obviously going way above and beyond what my little recipe has because, it's always better to go more. So I'm gonna put, let's see, I'll probably put that much. I might put more. We will just see what it looks like. And then all of my, there's plenty of flavorings. There's a lot of flavorings in here. The chicken is all seasoned. The broth is very seasoned and flavorful. And then this is cream of chicken soup, dairy free. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, that one's not too frozen. Just put it on top and we're just gonna let this all mush together. The reason why I added the chicken broth, because that's gonna be my liquid versus like milk to it, whatever you wanna do. So you can just add canned soup. This one's a little bit thicker because I made it homemade and it's just a thicker stock. But if you just had, store stuff, you can just add the soup and that'll be nice gravy. So I'm using up what I can in my freezer, even though we're making freezer meals, but I'm still gathering what I have. So we're gonna shove as much as we can in this pan because that's always the name of the game. So let's just put all this in here and then we'll put the lid on it here and just kind of let it cook down a little bit. And it'll be easier. So we'll just go like that. There we go. When the potatoes are done, I'll cut those up and put those in here, and we're doing great. And even better, I just opened my dishwasher, realized it's empty. So I'm like, yes, I do not have to wash all of these dishes. So much better. It's the little things in life. Okay, while that's heating up, it's almost done. I can be able to do the potatoes in a few minutes. But for that, I was going to roll up my pie crust. But I want to thank Downwin for partnering with me in today's video. So Downwin specializes in wonderful bake and cook and dinnerware for your home. I have a lot of their pieces and enjoy them. And if you look on Amazon, they are one of the top bestsellers in their little category. So they have partnered with me today, and I've been using this for a while. One of my viewers, Nancy, she got me this, my salt and pepper wonderful container. This is from Downwin. Love this. I also have a butter dish from Downwin as well. And so I've got the casserole dishes. I've been wanting to get like the baking pans, the casserole dishes, ones that were a little bit bigger than a 9x13. So I've got these ones. These are a little bit deeper, which is going to be good for lasagna. And then this came with a 3-set. It has a couple different sizes, which is going to be a good thing for making my different types of lasagna. Like I'm going to have to do a regular one, and then I'm going to have to do a dairy-free version. So those are going to come in handy with that. And I also have the veggie plate divider, which I pulled this out because I'm like, I'm going to use this today and cut up some veggies and put that on here. And I also have the egg plate as well. I didn't get that out, but I do have that one as well. So it's just a good quality thing. I like sharing good quality things because when you use them all the time, it's like, okay, it's a no-brainer. They are reasonably priced, and the craftsmanship is very, very good on it. I've been using these for a long time. You've seen them in my videos. Go on Amazon, read everybody else's reviews. There's a lot of good with these, the companies. So thank you, Darwin, for partnering with me in today's video. So I'm very happy to do that because I enjoy their cookware. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one big chicken pot pie, one big one. I'm thinking I have to do one as a freezer meal, so I'm not gonna use these pans for a freezer. I'm gonna use this one. So I'm gonna roll out pie crust so I can put one in the bottom. And then I'm gonna do a mini version one. I'm thinking in this size right here. Probably small because I think I've got 2 kids that really like chicken pot pie. Maybe 2, yeah. We'll see how much we have left. I might do like this size, but I think that's gonna be a little bit bigger. I've got, like if I make it and freeze it, and they're like, you didn't make us any for right now. I'm thinking just a small size one. So I pulled out one more pie crust because I'm gonna make some mini pies for this weekend, but I'm gonna do those on Friday. So come back, we're still gonna do more food this weekend. So I was trying to like ration out my pie crust. I'm glad I got these. For a while I was like, do I even buy these? I'm glad I did. So I'm gonna just kind of roll these out, ration them as best I can between these 2 things. Sometimes, you know, you can put a pie crust on the bottom or you don't have to at all. When you do a freezer meal, just put it on the very bottom. Leave that middle part open and just have the top, you know, make sure you seal your top crust. So I'm just gonna kind of roll this out as best as I can. Don't wanna hit don't break the glass pans. Roll it out as best I can. I might have to like cut it to make it fit, and that will work too. I'm gonna go get my spray and spray it. And then I'll probably put this in and just peel off the edges. Let's see. That's gonna work. And then I'll just kind of roll this. Let's just get a knife out. Let's do this properly. This will give me a little bit more crust for the top. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's just to give a bottom crust. It's good if you go all the way up the sides, but that's just not gonna happen today, and that's okay. Sometimes you don't even put a crust on the bottom, just put the filling and then cover it with the crust, and you can do that too. I'm gonna poke a couple little holes. That's good, okay. And then, can we just roll this out as one crust? I bet you I can just roll this up into a ball and make the rectangle top crust. I think that's gonna happen. That's good, like that, that's what's gonna happen. That's gonna work. I think our potatoes are done. Let me get out my chopper here. It's not in here, where is it? It's down here. This works great. It's been a great little handy chopper. It comes with other attachments. I just use this one only. So, like the tiny one, it just makes more of a mess to clean up, so I just keep it for dicing. And I love this. Good chopper. So let me go over here. It's already overflowing, or almost overflowing. I'm like, yes, that's always how I do things, right? This is gonna be great. Oh, yep, be careful. It's still gonna, it'll do a little bit. It'll get out. So this is just cold water. I put it in cold water. It's already warm. I'm just gonna slice these in half. I'm gonna leave the skins on. I'll probably have to do or maybe they want to peel off. Depending on how you want to do them. It's okay if the skins come off. I have to cut them in half here to get them through my dicer. Let me chop here. Probably should move this handle. Whoops. There we go. Just put it right on. They just want to slide. There we go. I guess we'll peel that skin off. Oops. Sometimes when you put a lot in there, it slides out. It works better when your hands aren't wet. You put a big giant one on there? Probably not. Oh, shocking, yes. Okay, it's really full first. Let's put this in here. Found my 2-cup measuring cup when the kids did. It was like way in the back. I'm definitely going to take some of this out because, you know, overstuffed. That's okay. Sorry, I just like to overfill all the time. Let's just go like this. Because this doesn't have to be like cooked. I'm just kind of making sure it's thawed, not a big chunk of chicken or something there. Okay, since I always do things way more than I need to, what is necessary, I actually had to put this in a mixing bowl. I had to take some liquid. I got out 2 more containers of my chicken soup and melted that, let it thaw in the pan there. And I have this mixture. Delicious, lots of chicken. There's a lot of chicken in here. This will be a very hearty meal. That's what I was looking for. And then I just added some salt and pepper to this. I'm just gonna stir it all together because my pan wasn't big enough. And then I'm gonna pour it in the pan, see what it looks like, and then I'll know how much I can do for an extra one. Always taste your food. When you taste your food, you obviously don't taste it if it's raw, but taste it and see, does it taste flavorful enough? Because some people, they cook, I don't like that. Taste it. If it needs more flavoring, add more flavoring. To me, that's perfect. So I'm gonna just pour this in here. Let's see here. That might be just too much. I think it is a little too much. We don't want this overflowing. Wow, that's like 2 big pans. You know what I might do? I think, okay, let's do this. One is gonna have a crust on the bottom and one is not. Okay, that's a lot here, I didn't realize that's like 2 whole pans. Let's do that. Let's do one like this. Make sure it's low enough. And then, yeah, that's like a lot of stuff. And then this one, let's go over here. This one, I will not put a crust on the bottom. I could mix one up real quick, but we're just gonna do the gravy, or the mixture. I'm just thinking, because I was thinking it was just gonna be a small amount. No, it's not a small amount. Is it ever a small amount? No, it's not. So this will just be without the crust, and this one will have no crust on the bottom, I mean. And then just, here's my crust right here. I guess I won't make a mini one. I'll save that for the lasagna. Put this right on top. Is that gonna work? That is gonna work. Nice. Then you'll have a little bit of extra. Where's your knife? Right there and right there. This doesn't have to be, you can literally just go like this. I'm gonna do, can I do a heart? Because this one is made with love. There we go. You know what? I'm just gonna do that, and then let's roll this one out. And we'll just do a bigger cut. I'm gonna just roll this in. Oh, sorry. So sorry. I'm gonna roll this one out because that's gonna work. I was just thinking that. I'm like, this one won't have a bottom crust, but it still tastes delicious. What my mom used to do is we would get the little, the pot pies in the little mini pie pans. Remember those? And so she would always make some rice, and we would have ours over rice because I always had a lot of gravy, and nobody knows. It's like you always had a ton of gravy left over, so she would do that with hers. That was always a good way to do it. So this obviously is really thick. You don't need to add any gravy. I mean, add any rice or anything to it, but just another way to make it if you made it thicker. I just like mine thicker. And look at that. You can just kind of go like that, and that's perfect. Let's do another heart on this one. Perfect. So these are going to be freezer meals. I'm going to put this right here. This is a little bit smaller, this one's a bit bigger. I'm going to put this on top. I'm going to wrap them in foil and then wrap them in plastic wrap because they're going to go in the freezer for a little extended period of time. Okay, let's go this way. Next one I'm gonna do is shepherd's pie. So, actually I need a bowl. For shepherd's pie, you're gonna need some mashed potatoes. So use whatever you have. You have instant potatoes, do instant potatoes. I don't have any, but I do have potatoes. So I'm gonna peel these real quick. Just do I'm gonna do a small pan. Small size, because I only want one of these. I know, it's so hard. I'm going to focus. I think I just made it this week, didn't I? And I just did 1 pan of potatoes. And and that was plenty of mashed potatoes for the top. So I'm just gonna do that. Keep it safe. I always like to do more. The chicken pot pie will be nice to have too. The only problem now is finding the space to put everything in before it freezes. So I just had to take some things out of my freezer and kind of rearrange them. But as soon as they are frozen solid, I'll be able to stack them. That's gonna be the good key here. So just cut these. I guess the smaller make them bigger. The smaller you make these, the quicker this will cook. So cut them in little chunks. And then that will be good. Let's just do some potatoes. I didn't get out my cookbook, but I know how to make it. I know that is in here. This is my favorite recipe because I just made it last week. It's my favorite. Let's look it up. Shepherd's pie would be on page 109. Real simple. All right here. So I'm going to do mine and we're going to freeze it. So for shepherd's pie, I already have my hamburger cooked from yesterday. So I'm putting it in a pan just to heat it up, and then I'm going to take my onions here. And I'm going to chop these up. I'm going to add onions to it, a little bit of beef broth, and then I have my homemade cream of mushroom soup, which is really mushroomy, which will be very good. I'll add that to it, and then we're going to cut, I need like a bigger knife, do our potatoes, and then it's going to be delicious. It's really good. So just chop these up. Okay, over here, so this is heating up here. I'm going to put my onion in here. And then, flung it on the floor. And then I'm going to kind of cook this a little bit, and then I'll add in the cream of mushroom soup right here to make my gravy for my meat. And it's going to be a delicious freezer meal. So just put some of this. I didn't do any kind of seasoning yesterday. I'm going to just do beef broth, I think, because it's got plenty of salt in it. And some pepper. I'll throw that in there. Okay, shepherd's pie is done. This is good. This is hamburger, onion, beef bouillon, and then it's homemade cream of mushroom soup. It's got a lot of mushrooms in it. I made it homemade. If you buy the stuff at the store, it's a lot lighter. It barely has mushrooms, more chemicals. Use that if you can. This is homemade with a ton of mushrooms. That's why it's so dark. It's good. So I'm gonna put this in this pan. I know, hold on, my potatoes are falling over. Too full. I'm debating, do I do, jeez, this is a hot pan. I could do probably 2 pans of this, but let's see. Let's just see how much one is. I feel like it's not enough for a whole 2, but it could be. Let's see, is it better to do 2 small pans? Okay, I always just do more. Let's do this different. Let's do life. Ooh, that just fell right up. Let's do life a little bit different. Let's do 2 smaller pans versus a big one. I know, it goes against everything I've ever believed in here. Let's do that, just a little bit on the bottom, and then we'll just do lighter. It'll just be smaller. That's good. That's a good thing. Okay, potatoes are gonna be cooking. I'll put some veggies on here. It's good. Potatoes are done, so I'm going to take these and kind of strain out the potato water. I think some people use that and keep it in there. I think it's good, I guess. I'm just going to smash these with my little meat masher or potato masher, and then I'm going to add butter and milk. I don't have to do this dairy-free, so I won't. So let's add, fake butter. I'm going to call it fake butter. It's okay, it's what I have. I'm trying to use this container to get out of my refrigerator. So it's good, put that in there. And then I've got a bunch of sour cream here to squeeze in. Squeeze that in there because I have another container, it's new. So I will use up this. Perfect, it's like toothpaste. Okay, and I'm just gonna smash this here. Okay, this is simple. Just spread your mashed potatoes on top. This is very easy. Usually I do thicker, so again, I'm going to do thinner since I'll just hold the bottom. There we go. Since I'm going to do it among a couple, so hopefully there's enough mashed potatoes. You know, when you do like enough, you're like, it's good. It's okay if it shows through a little bit too. So I'm going to divide this up among 2. If I gotta whip up some more potatoes, I will. If you follow the recipe exact, you'll have enough. I'm just doing a little bit more. Two shepherd pies. I'm gonna cover these with foil and plastic and put them in the freezer. Okay, moving right along. I'm starting on my lasagna. So over here I've got my meat. I just heated it all up so it was, you know, not just a ball, because when you have cold meat, it doesn't mix really well. So I put garlic, onion, and Italian seasoning there. All good, shut up. This is gonna be my water. I'm gonna do 3 packages of lasagna because, you know, why not? We'll make a lot here. So for my lasagna, I'm going to do, I've got ricotta cheese. Ooh, sorry, you're all turned. Hold on. New tripod, but don't love it as much as my old one, but thought it would be an upgrade. I just find that it's not. That's okay. Okay, so for my dairy version, I'm gonna use ricotta cheese. We have a whole container of ricotta cheese and cottage cheese. I'm gonna mix this together with all of this mozzarella. We have this Parmesan to get rid of. Remember how Sam's Club gave me this as a mistake? They gave me 2 of these. I didn't even order them, so this is their second one. It's just gonna be a long time. I'll get it out of my refrigerator, much better. So I will mix that up for the dairy version, and then my dairy-free version, I have some, is it called Cabot cheese? It's like sharp cheddar. I don't know, we're gonna try mixing it, but they do well with provolone as well. So, and they can do Parmesan. I'm learning all these things. If you have stomach issues, you can do the lactose-free. This has lower lactose, real Parmesan versus fake. People are gonna get mad at me. Fake cardboard Parmesan. This is what I ate my entire life. You're fine, we're fine. Anyways, this works better for the tummy. So I'm gonna mix this, and this with some Lactaid. I only have a little bit I see in here. Lactaid cottage cheese. I wish I would've got another one. That's okay. That will be the filling for the lactose-y children. But while everything's cooking, I need to shred these. So I bought this big container here. I'll be using up all that mozzarella, and I have this cheese I bought. I'm gonna put it in smaller bags so I can freeze it, just to get out of my refrigerator, and then I'll label each bag, just so I know what I have. So pull out your food processor, put it on the blade, let it go through. I'll put some in a bowl, and then some I will leave out for to put in bags. I get my dishwasher going. I've got my second batch of noodles going. These ones are with cold water. I'm gonna mix up my ingredients here, what I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna put in the one, I'm gonna do ricotta. All my next are in the dishwasher. So we'll just go like this. Ricotta cheese. And then I've got this entire container of cottage cheese. Always smell. It's good. Just smell it, just make sure. And then we have a ton of mozzarella here. I think this might be frozen, so I have to kind of break it apart. I'll leave that at the top. But this will be good for this one, and then Parmesan cheese as well. This recipe would be in my book as well. I'm just doing it by memory from what I remember, and then tons of Parmesan cheese because we gotta use this up. Let me get some Italian seasoning. My cheese might be frozen here. Okay, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna crack a couple eggs in here and just mix them in because I've got a lot of mixture here. I'll do 3 because it's a big amount. And then I'm gonna mix up my other one. I'm just doing this with my hands just because it's such a big amount. It's like my hands are frozen. I think of like meatloaf when I use really cold meat. So this is gonna be a great little mixture. The cheesy mixture. My hands are so cold. Cold. So this is going to be my dairy-free one. So I didn't have much. There's not much cottage cheese here. That's okay. You know what? Next time I'll get more. I'll even see if it's even light. But I'm sure it will be. Let me add some real Parmesan. Okay, that's the best as we're gonna do. Probably more cottage cheese next time. The next time, let me get my pasta. I'll open my sauce. We'll get an assembly line going and make a bunch of pans of lasagna. I'm gonna change my battery. So I'm gonna make my spaghetti sauce right now. I'm rinsing my noodles, making sure they're good. I put all the meat in here. I'm gonna open up my big giant container of pizza sauce. Yes, I'm gonna do pizza sauce. Why? Because that's what I have. And I'll just add some diced tomatoes to it and some tomato paste to make it a little bit thicker. It's all about the same. Maybe like a real, well, I don't even think a real Italian would eat canned stuff, would they? No, they would not. But a real person that'd be able to tell the difference. Okay, battery died. So a person that would, that knows the difference. I think that pizza sauce has the bay leaf in it. I could be completely wrong. But I think that's what's in there. These are just petite diced tomatoes with basil, oregano, and garlic. There's a little piece of paper in there from my can. Ew. So I'm just gonna add more to this. This is guessing. I'm guessing and hoping. This is in my cookbook, but do the right recipe. Don't follow mine. Or did I even put this in my cookbook? Did you even put lasagna in there? I'm gonna touch my book. I'll get it all ruined. Did I do lasagna? I did. I was like, did I even put this in here? It's just been a long time since I made it. Yep, same thing. Okay, I did add diced tomatoes, so it's not too far off. I'm gonna add some tomato paste. I might have to do another one. I'm just going to see what this looks like. Oops. Small can. Any of those sticking together, and then I'm just going to stir this together with all this meat. This is a lot of sauce, a big giant size, but again, I'm freezing some, and then I'm making some for us currently. So that's some good sauce right there. Now, since it is going to go in the freezer, I don't mind adding some water for that tomato paste. Okay, I'm going to start making my lasagna, just layering it. I'm going to do this one, and this is going to be my dairy-free. So I will just alternate, put it on, and if I need more, I do have sauce in the freezer from the pizza sauce. I can just pull it out and defrost it and pour it on top. But I think this should be enough if I carefully spread it out. Okay, that made a lot of lasagna. I started doing, like, this pan right here, the one from Darwin, is deep. So I'm not afraid to overfill that. The problem is I always overflow these and then they spill over. So this one I just left it. I probably should have did one less layer on here, but I was like, you know what, let's just shove more. So these are gonna go in the freezer. I always, if you are gonna freeze lasagna, make sure all of the pasta is completely covered with sauce. Otherwise it gets dry. And then when you go to bake it, make sure it's thawed completely. If you do not wait till it's thawed completely and you start baking, it's gonna bake all uneven and taste yucky. So this is good right here, and you just cook it like a little bit lower. That's gonna be delicious, delicious lasagna. I'm gonna wrap this up in foil because it's gonna go in the freezer, and this is gonna be for today. I'll put this in our oven. That was a lot of dinners, a lot of food. I'm like, wow. I had to carefully place it in the freezer so when it freezes solid, because it's like, you know, just wherever randomly, then I can stack them. I'm looking at it going, so, sorry, answer my phone. So they're all gonna be stacked. They'll stack nice and neat in my freezer, which will give me a little bit more space, because I'm like, do I make more? I wanted to freeze some brownies to have for next week when I'm not going to be able to make them. So I'm like, do I do more and try to shove more? Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just do it. My phone. So anyways, okay, checking my phone. So what I'm going to do is mix up these ones. This right here. Now, we did 2 boxes and I put it in this big pan. This one is a little bit bigger. It says the 16.5 by 11.5 is going to be 3 packages of brownie. But this is a little bit bigger. And I know this one I did use in there, so I'm just gonna hope for the best that this actually fits in here. So I'm going to, let's see, how many packages is it? 3? Oh, they gave me 4. So I'm going to do, should I do 4 packages? Okay, so let me do 4 packages and I'll see how much. I won't overfill it. I will not overfill it. I'll mix up all 4. I'll do another pan if I have to, a smaller one, and that will actually work. 1 package is a 12 ice. Okay, I'm just looking. Okay. Anyways, let's just do what it says. Put in here, I'm going to do all of these in here and mix it with a mixer because I don't have a, can I just mix it with a blender? Stir, what does it say? Mix, stir. Oh, stir amounts. Okay. Let's just stir it. We'll just stir it for a little while. So let's add all this to the bowl. I'll put, is there oil? Yes. 4 cups of oil. Let's get the bigger bowl out so we're not overflowing and get some coconut oil out. Okay, doing really good. I'm looking at those brownies. Those ones are not going to be for us. They are going for, so those brownies are not going to be for us. So I'm thinking I need to make up the other boxes that I had. Remember I bought 2 because I was like, oh, the kids are going to see brownies and they'll be like, I want brownies. So I'm thinking those are going to go in the freezer. I will when they're almost done because I don't want to cook 2 at the same time. I'll mix these ones up, just the Dunkin' Heinz, these are good. And then we'll have those for the next couple days, I'm thinking. And so what I'm gonna do, but I'll just wait for a few minutes, and then all thing I was gonna do is, I was gonna make some popcorn, but I'm thinking I'll wait for tomorrow on that. I wanna do a veggie tray. I've got my Darwin plate right here. Great little veggie divider, or whatever you wanna put in. I've got these mini cucumbers, and I've got carrots. I'm just gonna put them on here. Easy, not a whole lot of thought. Perfect. This is going to sit out with one of those hummus, the hummus containers I got yesterday. The hummus is okay. It's very tahini-like. Like it tastes very much like tahini, which is okay. But what I'm going to do is put some everything bagel seasoning on it, and that's it. I'm going to put this out. Okay. Am I done? I'm like done. I've cleaned up my kitchen. I'm not done. What am I thinking? I'm going to do garlic bread. Okay, Amy, you just bought garlic bread. I know. I have the 2 freezer ones, right? Those are gonna go with the lasagnas that are in the freezer. And I bought the fresh ones, which are gonna go with our steak dinners. But I have this. I bought this thinking, oh, let's make French toast. No, nobody wanted French toast, like at all. Nobody cares about French toast. Why? I don't know. So I'm thinking to make I have a butter spread in here. I know there's a butter spread. Garlicky butter spread. Is it on a side or is it a, let me see. All right, there it is. Easy garlic spread. So this is basically, you just take butter. I'm gonna put a little olive oil, garlic, Italian seasoning, Parmesan cheese, and bread. And I'm gonna just butter my bread with that. And then I'll put it in my oven when it's ready to cook tonight. If there's any more, I can put it away. I'm thinking, obviously, that's a lot of lasagna. That's a lot of lasagna. I was hoping to have just enough for today. So that make me bake it bad for tomorrow because I won't have any food to make. But you know what? We'll figure out life. We'll figure out what we have to do tomorrow. But for today, we'll get this done. If we have it tomorrow, we have it tomorrow. So I'm thinking, let me mix up the butter and that in a bowl, and then I'll put the stuff in here. I'll spread it on here. I'll put it on a cookie sheet, and then we'll bake it later. I'll be baking it a little bit for dinner, and then if, like I said, if there's more, I can, actually I'll bake it all. I'll bake it all, I'll put it in a bag. That's what I'll do. So that nothing goes to waste. Right here, page 125, easy garlic spread. Perfect, okay. And then what else? That's it, right? And then the brownies, the other batch of brownies. So let me put my extra veggies away and get out the stuff for the spread. I just can't stop not putting all of that stuff in there. I was gonna just put it in a bowl and I'm like, there's not much in here. I use margarine. If you had butter, you gotta add a little bit more olive oil. So I wanted to get rid of that Parmesan cheese, and I'm like, shove it all in there. It's good. It smells very Parmesan-y like. So I'm gonna spread on my bread, put it on the pan here, and then it's gonna go in the oven. Delicious. Okay, what a great day. I'm like feeling amazing. I got so much done. It's raining. It's so rainy of a day. I'm like, ugh, but that's okay. We have to go pick up a few things shopping wise, so I'll probably just go, not food, just household stuff that we need. So I'm thinking I will probably do that this afternoon since it is raining. That's good. I'm gonna mix up these because my brownie's got another, so it's about 14 minutes left. Awesome, dinner is done. I actually heated up one of those garlic bread in the air fryer. So good. So I'm thinking for dinner tonight, I'm gonna do, let me make sure this is 1 1/3 cup of water. Okay, just wanna make sure before I start mixing it. Oh wait, yes, oil, sorry. I was just making sure, did I have the right one? Yes. 1 1/3 cup of oil, you start talking, you don't pay attention. Anyways, so I was thinking for dinner tonight, I will do the lasagna, and then I've got some of that kale salad. I didn't mix that up yesterday because we had nachos. So I'm thinking to whip that up. Let's just throw it together in a bowl. And then I've got frozen corn on the cob. So I will take out enough ears for us to have that tonight. And I think that's gonna be good. And I feel like we're gonna have that for tomorrow too, which is okay. I don't mind it. 2 days in a row. You guys might not because then it's not a video, but it will work for us. So I'm thinking that's gonna be my good day today. And then I can edit and I can get it uploaded and be finished for the day. So this was a good day, a really good day. Good day making food. I love making food. That's like my favorite thing to do. Probably shouldn't use the whisker. This stuff is a little bit thicker. I always thought like that mix I made was a lot thinner. I don't know if it was, like I usually buy Dunkin'. Hold on. I usually buy the Dunkin' Heinz, just the cheap one. It's always thick, but that one was the Hershey one and it was a lot thinner. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what it turns out. So I use my whisk on that. I don't usually ever use a whisk when I do brownies, usually a wooden spoon or spurtle. Okay, I'll just use this. Oh, because I didn't add water. Hold on, people. I'm like talking away and not doing my work here. Hold on 1 second. Okay, now I've added everything. I can chat now. We'll see if that really makes a difference. Let's see. I think it will. It's still pretty thick. Anywho. We will just get this mixed, but this one has always been a lot thicker, I thought, than the other one, but we'll see. Maybe it will work. Brownie mix, you just mix it. You shouldn't use a mixer. It makes it more like a cake batter if you just mix it with the mixer. It does something to the molecules, air pockets, who knows. Something scientific. So this will be good. I'll get this mixed up. And I'll probably just bake it. I might use my new Darwin pan, my white one, the lasagna pan. That would be a really nice thing to put the brownies in. what a great day. What a great day. I laughed. I went to TJ Maxx. They have this. I just bought this at TJ Maxx. Remember, it was like $5. They had it in lavender. And I was like, oh, I just bought it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm seeing lavender pans. Lavender is coming for color. I see it. But I do like my turquoisey color. I do. And that's probably what I will stick with in my kitchen. But I was very happy to see the purple. I was like, do I switch over? No, don't. Because there's not enough purple, like tons of stuff. There's some pans, but not really like the spatulas that are more like bright purple. And so not the lavender color I like. So that's okay. I will just wait, but I was happy to see the dark, the lavender one there at TJ Maxx. Okay, perfect. Look at that. So this will be good. I will put this in I'll get the other pan over here. And then we'll put that in, and then, my friends, I can say I'm done. Waiting on the brownies. The brownies will come out, and then they will cool, and then I'll cut them and put them in. I'm gonna layer them in these things, and then put the wax paper sheets in between, and then I can freeze those because those are gonna go away. And then I have all those dinners frozen, which is awesome. We got dinner tonight. Good day, and it's only 11, so that means I can be done filming, get my day rolling, get the rest of my day rolling. This is like my working time, just making food, but I gotta make food. And then I can focus on school, kids, life, you know, house, all that good stuff. There's not a ton in the house because it's staying clean all the time. So it's a good thing, it's a good thing. Just like Marcus, tell your kid your house is gonna be for sale, and then you literally just weed out everything and keep it clean all the time, and it stays pretty much clean, which is a good thing. So not too hard to clean up. No, you don't wanna live like that all the time. But we do, we have a time frame. We're not in a big rush. So it's not, you know, most people are like, gotta get out right now, they gotta sell right now. We're not into that right now, which is a good thing. God has got us prepared for the right time. So patience is a good thing. Patience teaches you to wait, it teaches you to have faith, and teaches you just to walk in it, and no matter what comes against you, it's like you can still, all right, trust God, trust God. And when you're not, get those days where you're doubting, you stir yourself up. The Bible talks about fanning the flame inside. We talked about that a long time ago. It talks about fanning the flame. Sometimes you have to stir yourself up and get yourself in faith. Sometimes you have to get yourself to believe what God's word said is true. It's not that you don't know it. It's not that you don't believe his word. It's just that it's so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy to hear something, someone tell you something, and then start doubting. And you're like, well, yeah, well, what if God doesn't do that? What if God doesn't do that? And I laugh because we read the story in the Old Testament about the Israelites, right? And they're wandering through the desert. They wander for 40 years. And you think, gosh, are people that dumb? And you're like, why would they not get it? But they constantly had unbelief. Constantly. No, like no matter what God did for them, they constantly had unbelief. And I think we can look at that and go, well, I wouldn't have that. It'd be so easy to do that. Well, of course it sounds so easy. It always sounds so easy that you would do things differently until you actually are in that position. So I think of my own walk with the Lord, and yeah, I have faith. I have faith like beyond anything. Just like a lot of people do. Like I really truly believe that God will do things, but it doesn't mean I won't doubt. And so I laugh thinking like, gosh, if God wrote my story and wrote it out like in the Bible like that, you would see the up and down. You would see the doubt. You would see the doubt that I constantly have, and where I have to go, oh wait, and then God will do something. I'll be like, yes, God is good like that. And so I know for myself just the other day, literally yesterday I was thinking about something, and I was like, all right, God, and I prayed about something, and then we needed something. And like, I didn't really think much more after the prayer. I just gave it to him, left, and then later on in the day, my mind started wandering on other things, and I started doubting. I'm like, I need to get myself in faith and stop thinking that way. So listening to encouraging music, you know, Firm Foundation, that's one of my favorite songs. Firm Foundation, just a great reminder. And then also, what song is it? It's called, I'm sorry, there's a bunch on here. I have like a ton that are, hold on, let me go with my songs here. The song Know You Will by Hillsong United, that I was just, happened to hear that, and I was like, you're right, God, yes, I do. Why am I doubting this? I forget this. And then like later that day, something happened, and like right away, God reminded me, you see, I'm taking care of you. You see, I answered your prayer. And I was like, oh, you did, God, you did. And so I think of like, but then like later on, I had heard something negative, and I wanted to like get in that doubt again. And I'm like, not gonna go there at all. And so I think of that Old Testament where you're reading about the Israelites, where they're doubting, where God constantly and consistently shows up and does things for them, and they still deny and they still doubt. And I think of that in our own life. My gosh, could you imagine if we didn't have like any doubt on anything and we just walked in that faith all the time, like would we be wandering for 40 years? Would people live their entire lives and just miss out on the good things God has for them because they doubt so many things? I don't want to be that person at all, at all, at all, at all. So it's important to stir yourself up and keep yourself in faith of what God's going to do. So that is where my little encouragement is today. So I'm excited. I know God is, He is amazing. And like I said, I share after. I'm not sharing a whole lot before because it's the timing. It's all about timing and the right timing. And I'll be able to share all of it and say, yeah, but God. And like all those times I wanted to doubt, but I was like, nope, stir up that flame inside of me and you keep standing in faith. And that's where I'm at. So it's a good thing. Okay, enough chatting. Let's get I'm gonna use my lasagna pan. Let's use that one. I'll pour it in. These are gonna be nice, thick brownies. Usually I do the thin ones, but I think this will be nice. So I have to be careful cutting this. You don't cut the sides of the pan. This will be a nice thick brownie. That will work out perfectly. Look at that. These will be delicious. My other ones are almost done. Look at that. That's going to be so good. All right, here are these brownies, all delicious. And I've got the other batch in the oven. And that's it. And then I'm going to shut this drawer here. That's it for today's video. So I'm going to close it. I'm going to close it so I can edit it, be done for my day. What a good, successful day making food. Feeling really good. I've had a great morning. I'm ready for my afternoon now. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm making some freezer meals. It helps. A few hours this morning, I've got a bunch of meals that I don't have to worry about making. So those are going to come in handy real soon here. So have a beautiful, fantastic rest of your day. Remember, you are designed, created, and selected by God to do great, wonderful things. Walk in His path He has for you. Trust Him. Have that faith. Don't doubt. Don't waver like those Israelites. We don't want to be like them. Keep focused on the goal that He has for you. And I will see you tomorrow for another video. I don't know what we're doing, but just come along tomorrow if you want. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.